Coming up next on the Green Update, I'll fill you in on the secrets of bringing birds and butterflies to your backyard.
And now, Newswatch at 5:30 continues.
Cathy, did you bring about all this rain we've been getting lately?
No, I'm not responsible for it, but the plants are very happy for it.
I bet they are. We're out here at Ecology Park today, and we're talking about gardening for birds and butterflies, and I'm joined with Cathy Dueck. Cathy, why do we want to attract birds and butterflies to our gardens?
Well, personally, I think that birds and butterflies and actually many different kinds of insects are just as beautiful to look at as are the flowers.
Okay.
So this is our wildlife garden at the Ecology Park, and everything that we've planted here has been planted to attract various kinds of birds and butterflies.
Okay, and what sorts of plants should we grow to bring in these birds and butterflies to our gardens?
Well, certainly native plants are wonderful. We have some native plants here, such as the lupin. There's a blue lupin right here that the hummingbirds love, and it's also a host plant for some butterflies. But there are also some wonderful exotic plants, such as these delphiniums. Just the other day, we saw some hummingbirds here sipping nectar from the delphiniums. And the little oxeye daisies, the little white daisies, are great nectar sources for butterflies as well.
Oh, excellent. And I see a birdhouse in the background here as well. Is that important to bring in the birds?
Absolutely. There are a number of different kinds of birds that need to have a cavity, that's a hole, to nest in. And in the city, very often when trees are old and dying, we cut them down, and so we lose habitat for the birds, so we can replace that by putting up bird nesting boxes.
Okay, and what about for food for the birds? It's important to have that as well, I'm thinking.
Absolutely. Berry bushes. There's a currant bush here just in front of us, which is just laden with berries. A number of different kinds of birds love to eat those. There's many other berry bushes that can be grown. Certainly flowers for hummingbirds right behind us here. There's a lovely red blooming weigela, which hummingbirds also love. And also a number of flowers like black-eyed Susan have seeds that the birds will love to eat later in the season.
Okay. And what are these flowers here? Do these attract birds as well?
Well, this is a dianthus, and this has really several benefits. The hummingbirds do like to sip nectar from these. And butterflies also like to sip nectar from them. And they're a really lovely drought-tolerant plant, so they're kind to the environment as well.
So native plants and drought-tolerant plants are key, definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. And certainly if you're gardening for wildlife, a water feature is really important. And if you don't happen to live near to a lake or a river, you can make your own, even just a really simple little water feature like this one here. Just with, I think that's just a pie plate with some rocks around it, and it just collects a little bit of water, and that'll also help to attract toads and frogs to your garden, which will help to eat things like slugs.
Exactly, and I'm assuming that all these species also control insects as well.
Absolutely. Having birds in your yard is one of the best defenses you can have against leaf-eating insects. In fact, birds are one of the main control factors for leaf-eating caterpillars, and so if you're gardening for butterflies, you'll have lots of caterpillars, which in turn will attract lots of birds, and that will help to keep things in a nice balance so that you don't have too much damage to your plants.
And I understand you're having a workshop about this topic as well, Cathy.
Yes, we'll be going into the topic of gardening for birds and butterflies in a great deal more detail, and that will be happening on Sunday, July the 12th, here at the Ecology Park, starting at 2 p.m. Everyone is welcome, and there's no charge for the workshop.
All right, excellent. And thank you for joining me today, Cathy.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you again next week on The Green Update.
The Green Update is brought to you by the City of Peterborough. Peterborough is a great place to cycle. On the trails, to work, to school, or to a friend's house. Get out and get active by cycling. A message from the City of Peterborough.